Autumn Aurora is a mod I find myself coming back to from time to time. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. It's old, not that great. However, it's cozy and endearing. It's like drinking iced tea in a park in the middle of autumn. I have a love and hate relationship with Misery, even though I enjoyed it back then. It's a mod I don't find myself coming back to. As far as I remember, I never had an issue with the difficulty, but I do agree that it's quite bad, and yet it's not the reason why I don't replay it. It's the atmosphere. Both mods are different, although similar. However, I do think that Autumn Aurora managed to capture that difficulty quite well. Better than Misery, in fact. Of course, it's nothing more than my opinion. You may think I'm coming to you with rose-tinted glasses, but I'm not. The mod has shortcomings, a lot in fact. It's quite old. The models look terrible, they really did not age very well, if at all. Incorrect bump maps, over-the-top specular maps, overly shiny guns, hard edges for days, sound clipping, you name it, this mod probably has it. And by God, you will appreciate it. You know why? Because back then, it was all trial and error. Documentations were scarce. Tools weren't as good as today. It makes you appreciate how far Stalker modding has come. However, don't let what I just said dissuade you from playing the mod, because there are some packs that actually fix those issues. I didn't try them yet. However, if you did, feel free to tell me your experience down below. Then again, I'm pretty sure you're here for the original experience. If you are, then buckle up. You're in for a ride. The soundtrack is eerie, weird, paranoia-inducing. It fits the vibe perfectly. It's a selection of music taken from different bands. If you're interested in the bands, you can find the soundtrack on their ModDB page, with the credits and all. Even though the weapon models didn't age very well, the gunplay is solid. In fact, one of the best. There's a good variety of weapons, but you're not gonna use them. You know why? They jam so much and so easily. Especially the AN. Do yourself a favor and toss it in the bin.
Is that really necessary?
Your best friend is the AK-74. Get yourself a PSO and you're good to go. Ammo is plentiful, it doesn't jam, the damage is good, the repairs are cheap, he was there in your wedding, he was there in your divorce, you went to the gym together, and now is the mayor of the zone.
Really?
No. Short distance, get yourself a shotgun, because shotguns make your enemies disappear. Also, make sure to have a grenade launcher on you at all times. You know, just in case something big appears.
garbage!
You have a variety of items and consumables, ranging from water flags, vodka flags, multivitamin juices, and repair kits. Try avoiding the anti-radiation drug. The reason is you take damage every time you use one. To be honest with you, I do hate this mechanic, however I do understand why it's there. And the reason is to, well, stop you from spamming anti-radiations every time. Instead, you should think before using it. The best way to use it, in my opinion, is to use it before you go in, heal yourself, then drink a flask of vodka. Is it annoying? Yes. Does it change the way you hunt artifacts? Also yes. Is it fun though? Not really. But hey, it's just the way it is. You have the possibility to sleep in this mod as well. The anomalies, however, are way deadlier now. Even more with the sound clipping each time you approach one. Seriously, the sound clipping makes anomalies even more scary. I'm pretty sure it was never meant to. That being said, it's not the reason why I find myself replaying Autumn Aurora. It's the environment, the atmosphere, the scent of autumn. There is something special with this mod. Going from the original cold look to a much warmer color gives the zone a surreal vibe, even more than vanilla, with beautiful shades of yellow, orange, and green. This is not misery. The environment isn't decaying, it's living. Behind the rust, the flora is everywhere. Perhaps I am the target audience, because I love the Red Forest. It's my favorite level, and I think the developers behind Autumn Aurora are also fans of that level, because it shows. So many times I had an objective only for me to get lost intentionally. I don't rush, I take my time. I explore. I walk around slowly, breathing the crimson air of autumn, metaphorically, sometimes standing there listening to the wind or the rain, sometimes hearing gunshots in the distance. Creepy, but at the same time cozy. The dangers of the zone roaming around you, and yet so alluring, so dangerous, so attractive, in a strange but captivating way. Picture exploring a creepy lab, surviving monsters and soldiers, managing to escape unscathed. After all that, now get ready for the creepiest night ever. Short on ammo, surrounded by abominations that cannot wait to make you their next meal. You hear gunshots in the distance and hope they are not enemies, but you know full well they are. You keep moving, hoping that you're not gonna be the next target for these monsters, but you know you will. Using your torch makes you a target. Your only friend is the moon above you, behind thin clouds. Suddenly, you are in a fight. Two boars appear, you start shooting, hoping it's not your last mag, otherwise you will become their meal. But you survive, like you always do. You breathe a sigh of relief, knowing full well the only obstacles in your way now are anomalies. Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl always felt this way, but Autumn Aurora manages to elevate that to a new height. You don't have to take my word for it. Instead, you should be having the same experience, if you didn't already. Should you play this mod? Probably yes. However, as I mentioned before, the mod is old, very old. So if you don't want to look at these models, there should be plenty of add-ons and packs that fix these issues. Who knows, I may cover them in the future as well. Personally, I would love to see an add-on for Anomaly that captures the vibe Autumn Aurora has. Perhaps the same mechanics as well. Who knows, maybe it's already there. I just have to look for it. See you next time. Inshallah.